JobberNation, what's up? How you guys doing? This is JobberNationTV, soon to be the #1 sports entertainment channel on all of YouTube. And today's video, finally back to doing a SmackDown Live versus Raw weekend review to see who was the better, or which was the better show here this week. So without further ado, let's get right to the point, guys. Starting with MVP of the week. And before I give you guys my MVP, I just want to say that this week, Raw and SmackDown both had some great moments. Some epic moments that, is gonna define WrestleMania season. I mean, there was a lot of segments on both shows that were kind of just there and not really, not making me excited. But there were a few segments on both shows that was what I like to call lit. And I mean, it was lit with 15 eyes in the middle. It was lit. And speaking of lit, the MVP for this week goes to Mick Foley. What? You guys are like, what in the world, Mick Foley? How in the heck is Mick Foley winning the MVP? And I'll tell you why right now, so listen up, people. I'm pretty sure that what we saw here on Monday Night Raw with Mick Foley firing Stephanie, or wanting to fire Stephanie, and then getting in a verbal altercation with Triple H, showed that Mick Foley, even though he's on his way out as general manager, saved up one last great performance. Because let's face it, Mick Foley has been terrible as a general manager. He's been, making horrible booking decisions. He's been screaming and crying at everybody every week. So he's been pretty much an annoying general manager. But I have to give props where props are due. And the legend Mick Foley showing us that he can still pull it out. And I don't mean just pulling out Mr. Sacco. I mean, he can pull out one last great promo. The fire that Mick Foley showed in that segment was definitely it was the best Foley segment I've seen in quite some time. And I'm 100% serious. Mick Foley and Triple H, you can tell if Mick Foley was in better physical condition, he wanted really to wrestle Triple H. But of course, his bad hip, all the wear and tear over the years, couldn't really do anything physically, but did get, even though he got verbally basically emasculated by both Stephanie and Triple H, getting the last laugh when he put Mr. Sacco into Triple H's mouth one last time. And if we don't see Mick Foley again here in WWE TV on Raw, I have to say, Mick Foley, you were a terrible general manager, but you went out with a bang. Bang, bang. Get it? Cactus Jack? Okay, you don't get it. But Mick Foley, you win MVP of the week from the champ. Next, promo of the week. And this is where I said there were some lit promo segments this week. AJ Styles had a lit promo on SmackDown, opening SmackDown with a lit promo. The Miz and Maurice was lit. They had a lit segment. We had the final segment on Raw, which I just mentioned. Mick Foley, Triple H, Stephanie, Seth Rollins. Then we had the Undertaker segment, which he wasn't involved in, but we had HBK and Roman Reigns, and then Braun Strowman coming out of nowhere and just trucking Roman Reigns, and he was like flying down the ramp, So we had some lit segments, promo segments this week. I just got to talk about this because it's not going to win, but that beatdown by AJ Styles to Shane McMahon was legit. It really was legit. It was a great beatdown. You see WWE always doing beatdowns, wrestlers beating out other wrestlers. But this one, AJ Styles was like clubbing him with his forearms. He was throwing him against the garage doors, throwing him against the glass window in the car. I mean, the camera inside the car looks pretty stupid. because you have to wonder, why in the heck was there a camera in the back of the car anyway? So that looks stupid, but that segment is lit. And I bash AJ versus Shane McMahon. I continue to say I do not want to see that match go down. But I will say that this past week on SmackDown Live, their segment was fire. I'm talking about that Becky fire. I mean, seriously, it was fire. If you haven't seen it, go watch it on YouTube. Go watch it. But the promo segment of the week goes to, it has to go to that final segment on Raw. I was going to give it a Roman Reigns and HBK, but that final segment was everything that is great about wrestling. We had Mick Foley finally standing up to Stephanie McMahon. We had Stephanie being Stephanie, which is always annoying now. But it worked for this context. We had Triple H showing up, and basically Triple H was on fire this week. Oh man, what a heel is all about. Triple H was just throwing fire at Mick Foley. I thought Mick Foley was gonna break down and cry at one point. Triple H was coming after him so hard. And then we had the grand return of Seth Rollins, which was a surprise. Not only was that a surprise to see him there, to see him throw down that crutch, run in the ring, and actually wrestle. He looked a little gimpy to me and didn't look quite as healthy as, a lot of people seem to think he was. I'm thinking that the segment could have been written for two reasons. One, he's healthy and he's gonna come at Mania, they're gonna have their match. I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think it's gonna be used as a reason why Seth Rollins is not gonna be at Mania, because Triple H attacking that knee with that crutch. And now fans won't be disappointed when Seth Rollins is unable to show up and fight at WrestleMania. Because let's face it, Seth Rollins just got injured, a month ago or so. You do not want him to rush back, get injured again, and then, keep this cycle going. Stay home, get healthy, and then come back. There's no reason to rush. I know it's WrestleMania, but you have to think long-term about this. Even though Triple H versus Seth Rollins is one of those matches that I really do want to see at WrestleMania. I'm hoping it goes down, but I'm afraid that if Seth Rollins actually wrestles at WrestleMania and his knee is not fully healed, he's going to be suffering knee injuries or knee pain, and it's going to slow him down in the ring. It's going to cost him, his prime years. So we do not want him to, lose more time from a knee. Let's get healthy and then come back. But that segment was fire. I mean, finally, the fans chanting Rollins like a true babyface, which hasn't been the case over previous weeks. So I was loving that segment. We had some great segments this week, but that one topped it off. Congratulations to Raw. Congratulations to the WWE creative team. Let's face it, we all give them so much flack over the terrible decisions they be making. But we have to give them credit when credit is due. And they deserve all the credit for what they do at Vince McMahon for what happened on Monday Night Raw in that main event segment, because that definitely got me hyped for WrestleMania. This WrestleMania, the card is looking weak, but that got me hyped for WrestleMania. So that wins my promo segment of the week. Woman segment of the week this week, I'm just gonna come straight up with you guys. JobberNation. I'm sure you guys would agree with me. This week, the women's segments were weak. It was really weak. On Raw, we just had the Sasha Dana Brooke, match. And we had the, Bayley and Nia Jax. I wasn't feeling either match. And then on SmackDown, we had two matches as well. Becky versus, who did she face? It was Becky and Natalya. Same old match like we've seen time and time again. Then Alexa Bliss and Mickie James wrestling in the library because nobody was reacting to anything they were doing, because fans are confused as to why they're fighting when just like 2 weeks ago they were in cahoots or in a duo together. So it was all, it was pretty weak. But I do have to say, I gotta give a shout out to Dana Brooke, because never in my life would I expected Dana Brooke to get a Dana chant, to get actually a chant for Dana Brooke, who's been pretty irrelevant for the last few months. Pretty much her entire stay on the WWE roster, besides just being a sidekick to Charlotte, finally turning on Charlotte. I mean, it's not going to be my favorite segment of the week, but still, got to give credit to Dana Brooke, because If she's able to become a babyface on the Raw division, that would be wonderful. Because I'm tired of seeing the same old women on Raw. Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, Nia. The only women that matters on Raw. We need to see more variety. But the women's segment of the week, I'm going to give it to Nikki Bella and Maurice. Maurice specifically, because even though she was kind of a little lost right there in the beginning, Miz had to kind of walk her through the promo. Once she got going, Maurice was fire. You can tell it seemed genuine. It seemed like, you know what, she really can't stand Nikki Bella. I'm not sure if she actually does or not, but her acting was on point. I liked the segment, and I think that was, even though I'm not looking forward to this match, and nothing they do will get me to look forward to this match, you know, they did a good job. They've been doing an awesome job with these promos week in and week out. And Maurice continued it this week. You know, so I got to give that woman segment of the week to Maurice for her performance. Then Nikki came out. Nikki did her thing. You know, I love Nikki Bella. If you don't know, Jobber Nation, if you don't know, DaChamp loves Nikki Bella. And now she's quick. She might be my favorite woman wrestler at the moment. She just might be. Well, her, Sasha, and, you know, Becky's coming up there too. And then Alexa Bliss. Okay, I like pretty much all of these women, but Nikki Bella has been, you know, on point to me. I think she's underrated. I think you guys don't give her the credit she deserves, because she deserves it. Okay, now the next one, the WTF dumb moment of the week. There wasn't really, well, it kind of was. I was gonna mention, you know, really my original pick for this was going to be the backstage segment with the New Day. Speaking of New Day, what's up with the New Day? What is up with the New Day? They've been stale. Staler than the bread I got laying in my pantry right now. You know, they haven't really done anything relevant besides these stupid ice cream, you know, promotions. But this week cut the cake with that Jetsons movie that nobody's going to care about, to be honest with you. Big Show, Titus O'Neil, New Day. You know, New Day needs something exciting. I'm gonna make a video about a rumor I heard about New Day. You know, this week, tomorrow, more than likely you're gonna see that video. But New Day needs something exciting, because them hosting WrestleMania is gonna get old quick. I think they're already stale, and at WrestleMania they're gonna be really trying to go over the top. And I think it's gonna be a big failure, but we'll see. But that segment on Raw was horrible. But I didn't choose that. I changed my mind at the last second, because I wanted to talk about this segment. I want to talk about not even a segment. It's about logic. So let's get this straight. I mean, I posted this on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram at JobberNationTV and become part of the Jobber Nation on Instagram. But I posted a post. So let me get this straight. Randy Orton can go to Bray Wyatt's house and burn his house down. Pretty much committing arson is what Randy Orton did. And what happened to Randy Orton? He gets rewarded a main event title match at WrestleMania. That's what AJ Styles brought up to my attention, and I just thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? AJ Styles is right. Okay, not only that, last week, Baron Corbin pretty much attempted to murder Dean Ambrose by placing him under a forklift. Not only that, Dean Ambrose couldn't breathe. He was basically crushing his lungs, causing it difficult to breathe, which would have probably killed a normal person in the real world. But Dean Ambrose is part of the WWE universe, has some superpowers, you know, but still, it was attempted murder. Baron Corbin attempted murder on SmackDown, guys. Let me repeat. Baron Corbin attempted murder on SmackDown. Murder. I'm not saying murder. Murder. He's attempting murder. And yet, you know, we just, okay, that's cool. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon is like, okay, that's cool. What did they do? You know, that's cool. No major, no police investigation, nobody getting arrested. Okay, so this past week, AJ Styles attacks Shane McMahon. He attacked Shane McMahon, and for good reason, you know, it's good reason. He had his reasons why he's attacking Shane McMahon. So, out of all the things that happened these last 3 weeks, arson, a murder, a beatdown of Shane McMahon. And what happens to each one? Okay, Randy Orton gets his main event at WrestleMania. Baron Corbin gets his match at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. And what does Daniel Bryan give AJ Styles? He fires AJ Styles. Like, you know what he is implying? Do you know what Daniel Bryan is implying? Yeah, it makes sense in the standpoint, you know, you can't be fighting your boss. But you know what Daniel Bryan just implied? I don't think Daniel Bryan knew what his actions implied. It implied that committing arson, attempting murder, is not as serious as beating down Shane McMahon. And let's not forget, this is Super Shane McMahon. This is Super Shane. Yet, you can burn somebody's house down, you can attempt murder on SmackDown, but as soon as you come close to trying to touch Super Shane, you're gonna get fired. And of course, this only happens in the WWE universe. Think about that for a second. Think about why I picked that for the WTF. It's dumb when you look at it from the real world perspective, but even in the WWE universe, it's a little, you know, it's a little much to think. The logic behind Daniel Bryan watching these other two events happen, rewarding the perpetrators with matches at WrestleMania, yet AJ Styles beats down Shane McMahon. What happens? He gets awarded, he gets fired. Fired, guys, fired. And how does Shane McMahon award him? Then, of course, Shane McMahon chimes into WrestleMania, then blah, blah, okay. But just think about that, guys. Just think about that, JobberNation. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. It actually does make me laugh. This week, match of the week. The next category, match of the week. I'm going to be serious with you guys. There was no match both on Raw or SmackDown that really stood out. The matches were secondary to the promos and to the other segments this week on both shows. Let's just be honest. So there was not really any really good matches to choose from. So with that being said, by default, I'm picking the American Alpha versus the Usos. Felt like they were wrestling in the library, even though they were the main event. They were basically ignored because they kept showing us clips of Shane in the background. You know, okay, we got to see Super Shane return. And they just pretty much made the Usos and American Alpha look like, they didn't matter. Which, when you think about it, they didn't matter. The fans really wasn't chanting anything until they started chanting, "We want Angle." But other than that, it was a pretty dull match. It was actually a very well wrestled match. Don't get me wrong. The American Alpha and Usos put on a good match. It was just so inconsequential to what's happening on SmackDown, this road to WrestleMania, that, it didn't, but all the matches. So it's telling you something. If I'm picking that match as match of the night, match of the week, that just tells you the quality of matches we had this week on both Raw and SmackDown. Botch of the week. I tried to think of a botch. Maybe you guys can help me think of a botch. I didn't have any botches this week. I couldn't think of any botches. The only botch is the fact that Shawnee is still getting upset because Goldberg is the WWE Universal Champion and he keeps calling him Oldberg. But yet, the botch is the fact that, Goldberg's character has been this way for years. So you guys like Shawnee who are acting shocked and surprised and upset can please shut the hell up. And I know that had nothing to do with the botch. I just had to get that off my chest because I'm sick of hearing you guys bash Goldberg. And I'm not even a Goldberg fan. But you guys don't understand what Goldberg is all about. So please shut up about it. Okay, I'm coming down now. I'm calming down. And finally, the show of the week this week. I'm going to just have to give it. Both shows were good this week. I felt like both shows did a good job of hyping WrestleMania. But I'm going to have to give it to Monday Night Raw, which is surprising, of course, but I'm going to have to give it to Monday Night Raw. Anyway, I felt like that segment, the Roman Reigns HBK segment, the main event segment, those two segments were better than pretty much anything SmackDown did this week. Even though that Shane beat down and The John Cena, the Miz show, Miz TV were great moments as well. I still gotta give it to Raw this week. I feel like Raw was a better show. And you guys might hate me for saying it, but it's the truth. Well, now, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what was your favorite moment this week. You let me know how you feel about what I said here tonight in the comments below. I'll be replying to any comments that I get. Make sure you suplex that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you hit that bell like Braun Strowman hit Roman Reigns and knocked him over. Make sure you hit that bell to get notified whenever DaChamp and JobberNationTV comes out with a new video. In the meantime, guys, and also follow me on Instagram at JobberNationTV. Follow me on Facebook. It's called Game Days at JobberNationTV. Follow me on Twitter at JobberNationTV. You got it. Become a part of the Jobber Nation. And in the meantime, guys, if you have to remember only one thing from this video, remember to always kick out at 2. See ya.